And just let me know when you want me to begin.
We can start now.
Can we start? Okay. So hello, everyone at Piedmont Hills. Thank you so much for joining. First of all, I want to say congratulations on being provisionally admitted to San Jose State. We're very proud of you. Very proud of you for taking this time and being on the Next Steps workshop. That means you're making the right first choice to make sure that you don't miss any important deadlines. So thank you for joining. Make sure you're listening carefully. We will be recording, so we can share that out if there's something you feel you missed. And a big thank you to Amanda Fernandez for always prioritizing our school and making sure that our students are ready for college. We do have Miss Iseed on the line as well, and she's going to be your rep for the summer. So there's a summer program that she'll talk about later, and she's going to be the person at Piedmont Hills that is going to support you through that process. So thank you, Miss Iseed, for doing that. And I'm going to go ahead and hand it off to Miss Fernandez to start the presentation.
Thank you so much, and welcome future Spartans and family members to our Next Steps workshop. Congratulations on your admission to San Jose State University for fall of 2025. This workshop will cover how to complete the Next Steps intent to enroll process, register for your mandatory Sparta Camp orientation session, and address questions that you have regarding enrolling for classes this fall. If you have any questions for us, please type them in the Q&A feature below, and we will answer them at the end of the presentation. Please note that the majority of frequently asked questions are addressed in the presentation, so be sure to pay close attention, and we will also be dropping in some helpful links in the chat for you as well. Thank you for joining us once again, and to kick off our workshop, let's take a brief look at Spartan life.
Congratulations on your acceptance to San Jose State University, the most transformative university in the country. Why become a Spartan? We are the oldest public university on the West Coast and the founding campus of California State University system. From 130 plus majors and concentrations to Division I athletics, to our more than 400 student organizations, SJSU offers a world-class education and a dynamic, well-rounded college experience. Our vibrant community in one of the most unique locations in the world is located in downtown San Jose, California. World-class art and entertainment, restaurants, sports and industry are within walking distance of the campus. The laid-back beach scene of Santa Cruz, the famous sights and sounds of San Francisco, and our majestic redwood forests are all about an hour's drive away. San Jose is the heart of Silicon Valley, home to many of the largest high-tech companies in the world. We truly are one of the most innovative regions on the planet. SJSU is a leader in diversity, and we continue to work tirelessly for equity and inclusion. Rich in history and traditions, but leaders in creativity and innovation, SJSU offers endless opportunities for experiences inside and outside of the classroom. For these reasons and so many more, see yourself here at San Jose State University.
So as we go ahead and transition here, thank you once again for joining us. Again, this webinar will cover the Next Steps process, how to prepare and register for your Sparta Camp orientation, and we'll cover additional requirements. We will also have a live Q&A at the end. So for those that I have not met yet before, my name is Amanda Fernandez, and I am the Spartan Eastside Promise Program Lead at San Jose State University. You can reach out for any questions to our email here at eastsidepromise@sjsu.edu. But before we dive into the next steps, we will review some of the terms that will be frequently used throughout the presentation. As a reminder, students should regularly check their MySJSU account for any time-sensitive updates and deadlines in the messages and to-do list items sections. One of the messages is the link to the Next Steps website and the Steps to Enrollment brochures. In a nutshell, Next Steps is an online process that students must complete by the deadline posted on your MySJSU account of May 1st to save your spot at SJSU. At this time, you have been offered what's called provisional admission, which means that this admission has been offered based on your self-reported data that you have included on the CSU application. This means you must continue to meet the admission requirements by your high school graduation date and meet any additional deadlines in your MySJSU account in order to retain your admission for this fall 2025 term. One of those requirements is the Sparta Camp orientation. What is Sparta Camp? This mandatory 2-day overnight orientation in the summer is where students will register for classes and participate in multiple activities to aid in their transition from high school to SJSU. We are excited for you to join the Spartan community, and you'll see throughout our slides here. However, if you miss a vital deadline, such as not attending your Sparta Camp orientation, or getting a D in that second semester of senior year English, and no longer meet admission requirements, this may lead to a withdrawal of your admission offer, meaning you will not be coming to San Jose State this fall. So be sure to check your messages timely and reach out if you have any questions. Commitment is key during this process, so please make sure that you sign into your MySJSU account at one.sjsu.edu and read through everything thoroughly at least once a week. It is important that you read through every single step of this process and make sure that you have completed it on time. We are here to help you, so please do not be afraid to ask us any questions. And in addition, we want to clarify that there are no exceptions or extensions for a missed deadline. We are very deadline driven here at San Jose State, so commitment is going to be key. However, if you have never logged into your MySJSU account, you will need to activate it and enable the Duo two-factor authentication. Step 1 would be to go to one.sjsu.edu and reset your SJSU1 password. You'll enter in your SJSU ID number provided via email and create your own password. If you cannot locate this email, you can go to sjsu1.sjsu.edu/ID lookup as shown here on screen to recover your ID number. In step 2, it is recommended to download the Duo app on your phone, sign in at one.sjsu, and follow the on-screen instructions to authenticate your account. If you encounter any issues or have questions about Duo, or are being asked for a bypass code, you will need to reach out to our IT help desk at itservicedesk@sjsu.edu or call them directly at 408-934-1530, as they will be the only department that can unlock your account. So let's go ahead and watch a quick video that will overview how the Duo process works.
Setup for Duo Mobile has been made easier than ever. You can start by installing Duo Mobile from the App Store or Google Play. Next, visit one.sjsu.edu. Tap the menu on the upper right-hand corner, then tap the sign-in button. Have your San Jose State ID and password ready to enter in. Once prompted to set up security methods, tap the Setup button, then tap the Enroll button. After a warm welcome to Duo Security, you'll be prompted to select an option for authentication. Tap the Duo Mobile option. Give the prompt some brief information about your device. Next, confirm that you have Duo Mobile installed on your phone. Keep in mind, activating will differ depending on the device used to log into your San Jose State account. If logging in on a mobile device, tap the Continue button and open the link to proceed to the app, where your account will be added. If logging in on a desktop or laptop, scan the QR code with the app, then open the link. Where necessary, adjust permission for use of the camera. If your account name in the app looks good, go back to the Setup prompt and tap the Continue button. Finally, follow the security prompt when completing the login. Send Me a Push will send a quick yes or no prompt to your phone, while Enter a Passcode uses the 6-digit passcode displayed in the app. From here on out, have your phone ready whenever you log into your San Jose State account.
Once again, you will need to log in at one.sjsu.edu and be able to enable Duo on a mobile device. All the steps can be found on our IT website, and for any assistance, please contact our IT service desk. But now, how do you access the next steps? There are a few ways to do this. One is going to one.sjsu.edu, logging into your MySJSU account, and viewing your messages where you will see the link to access this directly. Then you will need to log in with your SJSU ID number and password. Alternatively, at one.sjsu.edu, you can type Next Steps in the search bar here and click on the Next Steps tile. The third way to access is going directly to their website at nextsteps.sjsu.edu and logging in with your SJSU ID number and password. Once you open that message and click on that link, you'll be taken to a page that looks like this. Once again, you will need to log in with your SJSU ID number and password. If for whatever reason you are encountering any issues or have difficulty with any of these steps, please contact Next Steps at sjsu.edu immediately. Now, the steps for this process are just 3. The first step is to say yes to SJSU, which we'll talk about more in a moment. Step 2 is to choose your Sparta Camp orientation date, which is mandatory. And step 3 will ask you to pay your enrollment deposit of $250. Please note that some of you may only be required to pay $180 as a partial reduction of the enrollment deposit. Please also note that there are no refunds provided even if you do not enroll in classes for the fall. Once again, if you have any questions or have difficulty with any of these steps, please contact Next Steps at sjsu.edu immediately. Once you will log in, you will see the Next Steps page, which outlines all of the steps you must complete in the intent to enroll process. It will show your SJSU ID number, the term you've been offered admission to, and the major that you have been given admission to. You will also see the amount for your enrollment deposit, either $250 or $180. This is automatic based off of the information you provided on your application. There is no additional steps to be done here. In addition, you can also download a copy of your admission letter and view the additional requirements such as the pre-calculus proficiency assessment and Tower ID card, just to name a few. Please note that you will, if you have not already received it, get an admissions packet in the mail. You've already received a virtual one in your MySJSU account, and this will include all of our checklist items and steps to enrollment brochure. Now, starting with the first step, saying yes. You will want to review all of the terms and conditions and expectations thoroughly. The linked admissions materials will take you to the steps to enrollment brochure and checklist, both previously shared in your MySJSU account. As you will see below, you must acknowledge the major that you've been offered admission to when indicating that you plan to enroll this fall. Please note that you cannot change your major at this time. If you are interested in changing your major at a later time, you will have an opportunity to speak with an advisor at your Sparta Camp orientation to learn more about the process. Changing majors is possible, but is never guaranteed. Once you are ready, you will go ahead and click yes and proceed on to the next step. However, if you decide that you don't want to attend SJSU, you want to go elsewhere, that's perfectly okay. If you change your mind and decide you do want to attend SJSU, then before May 1st, you can go ahead and click reconsider, and up until that deadline, complete the process. But if you are set in your decision, then we wish you all the best and completely understand for that next step in your academic career, and you would click officially withdraw and state your reasoning. However, please keep in mind that if you officially withdraw, you have forfeited your place. You have forfeited your place at SJSU, and if you decide to come back, you will have to reapply for another term. This will not be for fall 2025, so please keep that in mind. Moving along, now that you have said yes, we can move on to step 2, which would be making your reservation for Sparta Camp. We'll see here. As you scan through the multiple date offerings, excuse me, my apologies here. As you scan through the multiple day offerings, you will see that we have many dates available for you to attend the Sparta Camp orientation starting in June. It is mandatory 2-day overnight orientation that you will register for your classes and participate in multiple activities. Now, excuse me, we will have some more information provided by the New Student and Family Programs Office after May 1st, so please do keep an eye out for any messages on this. You will also get a confirmation message which will show you further information such as what time to arrive, what to bring with you. But for any questions, please reach out to frosh-orientation@sjsu.edu. While the student orientation is mandatory, there is an optional parent and family orientation. So what will happen next at Sparta Camp? Well, again, this is a mandatory 2-day, 1-night orientation that will introduce you to campus and its resources. Your college and major department will also provide you with crucial academic planning information. A confirmation message, we'll show you an example in a moment, will be provided once you have selected your date. So when you log in, you will see a list of dates, and we'll show you that example shortly. So please do have those conversations with your parents and guardians before selecting your date. Now, prior to your orientation, we are also going to request for you to complete items such as Spartan Link, an online pre-orientation module that will be available to you in May, as well as the first-year writing and math course placement activities, which will be sent to you in May as well. May will be a very busy month here. And when you're going to orientation, we do also recommend, especially if you have already earned college credit from a community college or university course or an AP, IB, or CLEP exam score, to bring a copy of those records with you to orientation, in addition to the official copy you are sending. Lastly, if you do need any accommodations for orientation, please do contact our Accessible Education Center at least 2 weeks prior to your orientation date, and their information is here on screen. All right, after you complete step 2, you will be prompted to then immediately complete step 3 and pay your enrollment deposit. Please note that if you do not pay the required fee, your spot in the selected Sparta Camp orientation will not be reserved. The non-refundable enrollment deposit is $250. However, if you are eligible for that partial reduction, based on the information you provided, it will only be $180. After all that, all 3 steps are completed. Be sure to print your reservation for your orientation and the enrollment deposit receipt to have for your records. You'll also review the information for the parent family orientation and the additional requirements. So let's dive into this. First, looking at the orientation reservation. This is an example of the confirmation. You'll want to print a copy for your records, as you do need to bring it with you, and it will show the date and time, where to arrive, and information such as parking, as well as the information on the optional parent and family orientation. The Parent and Family Orientation provides an opportunity for guests to learn more about SJSU and how to play a supportive role in helping their students succeed. Topics discussed include information on registering for classes, the academic requirements, SJSU policies and procedures, and more. To register, parents and guardians will need to visit the New Student and Family Programs website or contact My Student Is at sjsu.edu for any questions. There's also opportunities to get involved, such as the Parent and Family Advisory Board, the Parent and Family Portal, and much more. Now, moving along to our additional requirements here, starting with the first-year writing and math course placement. First, these are not admission requirements, but they are academic requirements. First-time first-year students entering SJSU will complete an online reflection on college writing exercise to explore writing at SJSU and choose the course that they need. This will be offered through Canvas, SJSU's online course tool, and will be available at the beginning of June. This activity must be completed at least 2 weeks prior to your Sparta Camp orientation date in order to register for an English course. And again, we will send you an email for that of when that will be available for you. It is not a test, it is an online activity that does not need to be completed in one sitting. You could start it and then come back. It just needs to be done at least 2 weeks prior to your orientation date. The second activity is for your math placement. Your math placement is dependent on your major and enrollment category. To determine your math course placement, you can visit the supportive instruction website shown on screen and click on the first year course placement. Then click on Mathematics Quantitative Reasoning course options, as shown on screen. Review steps 1 through 3 on the site to determine both your enrollment category and your options for math courses. Some majors will give one class saying this is the class we require. Other majors will have a list of classes where it will be up to you to choose which class you would like to enroll in based off of your interest there in the descriptions. For any questions, please do contact our supported instruction office for this. Now, students entering in what we call a calculus-based major who have not already entered, or rather have not already earned calculus credit, will be required to take the pre-calculus proficiency assessment. If you are required to take the online pre-calculus proficiency assessment, or PPA for short, you will already see this in your Next Steps portal under the additional requirements. So it will either say you are required, you are not required, or it's recommended. You will also receive a message in MySJSU with further instructions for accessing the PPA through the ALEKS tool. If you have already earned credit, so one of the following exceptions to the PPA, you must email that proof to the testing office at testing-office@sjsu.edu, in addition to sending the official test scores and/or transcripts to the university. Now, these accepted exemptions are an AP Calculus score of 3 or higher, a community college or university level pre-calculus or calculus course with a grade of C- or better, or a CLEP exam of pre-calculus or calculus score at 50 or higher. Now, a question that we often get is, well, what if I'm taking the exam this May? Well, since you do not have credit yet, you will be asked to take this assessment. This is only if you have not already earned credit. For more information, please email the testing office at testing.office@sjsu.edu. Now, the next requirement that we have is your photo tower ID card, which is so much more than just your student ID card. You must submit a photo for your tower ID card at my.sjsu.edu by June 1st. The photo must be a current color photo of you, so no pets, no friends, no face tuning or filtering. This must have your face fully visible, so no sunglasses, masks, hats, or head coverings unless for religious purposes. The examples and further information for the photo requirements can be found at myid.sjsu.edu. We do reserve the right to refuse any photo that does not meet these guidelines, so you want to make sure that you do this timely so you can get your ID card at your orientation. And for questions, please email myid@sjsu.edu. As a new student, you will also be asked to provide proof of immunizations prior to the first day of classes to avoid delays in housing applications, class registrations, and/or participating in certain programs. For more information on this, including the required immunizations, such as those shown on screen, please visit sjsu.edu/immunizations or email immunization@sjsu.edu. San Jose State is committed to creating a safe and healthy and supportive environment for our students, free of discrimination and harassment. In compliance with the CSU non-discriminative policy and federal mandates such as Title IX, the Clery Act, and the VAWA under its Campus Sexual Violence Elimination Act provision, all incoming SJSU students are required to complete an online Title IX training and sexual assault prevention training, as well as an alcohol and substance abuse prevention training. Students will receive a message in MySJSU when the 2 required trainings for undergraduate students will be available and how to access them. For questions, please contact our Title IX education at SJSU or visit sjsu.edu/wellness. Hopefully you've been taking notes, screenshots, or jotting down your questions. We had a couple questions come through the Q&A that were addressed. As mentioned, in addition to being sent through your MySJSU account, we've also mailed home your admission letter and the steps to enrollment checklist, which looks like this. Please be sure to take a screenshot if you have not already saved the PDF from your MySJSU messages, and review all messages and mailings carefully. Please also note that within a week of completing the intent to enroll, you will be able to access your brand new @SJSU Gmail email address. This Gmail account will be accessible at one.sjsu.edu by clicking on My Email or going to mail.sjsu.edu. It is important that you check this account as well, as it will become your primary email address a week after you complete the Next Steps process. Information sent here includes campus resources, additional opportunities, so you do not want to miss out. For any international students on the call planning to be on an F1 visa, this is what the checklist will look like, and again, we'll share it through MySJSU. If you are interested in living on campus, there are a variety of options in our campus village, the Spartan Village on the Paseo, as well as our International House, where you can live with students from all around the world. Living on campus is not required, it is optional, but May 1st is the deadline here. So be sure to view the university housing website for information on the application, fees, and housing tours. One of the biggest deadlines we have is the transcript deadline. So please do check your MySJSU account for any time-sensitive messages unique to your admission status and any outstanding to-do list items, such as a financial aid verification form. Please make sure to turn in your official transcripts by the deadline of July 15th. So work with your counselors. I know many schools have a senior survey or a form to fill out. That way the counselors can let your bursar's office know, so your bursars can send the transcripts over to us. I'm sorry, not bursar, the registrars can send the transcripts over to us. If any of our counselors want to chime in here, just give a little bit more insight.
Yeah, so we will have a senior survey, and we're going to share that with you when we do our senior check-in Zoom. It's going to be in early April, so we'll remind you of that. And then you will request your final transcript on Parchment. So we'll tell you about our senior survey and how to request your transcript on Parchment when we do our next Zoom senior check-in. So make sure you don't miss that. Thank you.
Absolutely. So important, because if you miss that and you don't submit it, and then the registrar doesn't know where to send your transcripts, and we don't get them, that will cause an admission withdrawal for us not having your transcripts now. No way for us to verify that you've met the requirements. Now, this deadline will also include if you've taken community college or university courses, such as through our Steps to College program, or if you have AP, IB, or CLEP exam scores. So please do send those timely as well, so we can add those to your account. As mentioned, registration will take place at orientation. So if you have already earned college credit from an AP, IB, or CLEP exam or community college course, it is recommended to bring a copy of the transcripts or the test scores. That way you can have that with you at orientation and register in the correct courses at your orientation. You will get the help of our College Success Center advisors. You can view the advising directory to get a preview of who to contact, but they will not be available to meet with you until your orientation. Again, for those that have taken college courses, you can use the website transfer.sjsu.edu to get an idea of how those courses would articulate and be matched to your degree plan. And we have an e-advising tool called My Roadmaps, as well as My Planner, that you can preview at catalog.sjsu, so you can see the semester by semester plan for the courses that you would be taking. As mentioned earlier, after you complete the Next Steps process, about a week later, we will update your primary email to your brand new @sjsu.edu Gmail account. So to activate that and access this, you will go to one.sjsu or mail.sjsu.edu and log in with your SJSU ID number and password. This will then take you to our Google Workspace so you can be able to access that email. Right. Moving along here, if you have not already done so, please be sure to fill out the financial aid application, either the FAFSA or the California DREAM Act, by the extended deadline of April 2nd. Please note that financial aid typically is not dispersed until the fall semester has begun. And for any questions on scholarships or other financial aid resources, please contact our financial aid office. Their website is sjsu.edu/FASO, as shown on screen. Should you accept your admission offer, you are a Spartan for life. San Jose State truly is a community of support where wherever you turn, someone is ready and willing to help you with those next steps. So we have some final reminders before we move into our Q&A. So first up, can I change my major now? Due to space limitations in some programs, you may not change your major before the term starts. Once again, changing majors may be possible, but is never guaranteed. All students must attend their mandatory orientation. If you do not attend your Sparty Camp orientation, you will risk your admission offer being withdrawn. So for any questions, please direct those to our new student family programs at frosh-orientation@sjsu.edu, or for our parents and guardians, mystudentis@sjsu.edu. Our frequently asked questions sometimes are about deferrals. Your admission offer is only good for the fall 2025 term, meaning you cannot defer to a later term. If you do have any questions or concerns with any of these steps, please contact nextsteps@sjsu.edu as soon as possible prior to the deadline. We do encourage you to engage with campus. If you have not already done so, take a campus tour. We have Saturday tours specifically for our admitted students, so make sure to check those out and register. A personal link was emailed to all eligible students that were offered admission. And if you'd like to revisit the workshop, we will be sharing the recording and having additional Zoom workshops coming up, so check those out. We also have our Admitted Spartan Day event coming up on Saturday, April 12th, which is our campus-wide open house for students and their guests to learn more about the Spartan community and all we have to offer you. So again, Saturday, April 12th, registration is required for this event, and all students were emailed the registration information. More information on the event in general can be found on our website shown on screen. Lastly, also save the date for our Eastside Union High School District Spartan Summer Program. This will run from June 10th through 13th. It is a hybrid program, as you could see here, where parents and guardians are welcome to join us for the first day over Zoom. We have 2 in-person days following this, followed by one-on-one check-ins. So more information will be shared soon. We will also have registration open in the next couple weeks, so do keep an eye out for this as well, as it's a great opportunity for our Eastside students to be able to connect with other incoming Eastside students, campus departments, and resources, and prepare for that next step in joining the Spartan community. So at this time, we'll go ahead and address the questions in the Q&A. Our first one here is, when I applied, I set my major for civil engineering, but when I got my acceptance letter, it says for undeclared. Is there a way to change my major from undeclared to civil engineering before completing the 3 steps? So at this time, no. The reason for being offered to undeclared is because of the Spartan Eastside Promise program. So what happens when a student is applying for admission is every single major has a different minimum eligibility index score. So this is a combination of GPA and supplemental factors shown on our Impaction website, which I can drop in the chat for you. If a student does not meet the required score for their first or second choice major, then typically their application is withdrawn or denied, and they are not offered admission to the university at all. This is where the Spartan Eastside Promise comes into play as a safety net to say, well, you do not meet the requirements for the major you applied to, but you meet the requirements for our program. You've completed your A through G's with a C- or better. Your GPA is at least a 2.75, which is really a 2.5 plus the local boost. So rather than saying, no, sorry, we're denying you, we'll say we will offer you admission to undeclared. So again, that safety net to undeclared, that opportunity to still come to San Jose State, work with an advisor, complete your courses, and transition to a major at a later time. Now, the exact time of transition will vary on a few factors. One, it'll vary on the major, as every majors have different factors. It will also depend on your SJSU GPA and making sure that you are meeting with your advisors, that you are having those conversations and staying on track with your classes and your grades, as it's a brand new slate. Now, for some students, this can be daunting. Say, well, can I get into this program even? We've had students that have been admitted to undeclared and still gotten into some of our toughest, most competitive programs such as computer science. So I will say, if you do have those questions or concerns, we can always set up an appointment to discuss this further, but that would be the process right now. You have been admitted to undeclared because you did not meet the requirements for your major, but we still want you here. We want to make sure to set you up for success. Our next question is, my son was accepted to an alternate major, which is math. Computer engineering, I believe was the first choice. How hard is it for him to change the major? Any students in the same boat were able to change before? So yes, very similar to our previous question. It is possible, it's just never guaranteed, as it is going to be dependent on students making sure they're meeting with their advisor, that they're staying on track with their classes. Their SJSU GPA is vital in this process as well. Again, brand new clean slate. So if we do have additional questions, please feel free to reach out and we could set up an appointment. Are there any other questions? I do not see any others in the Q&A. And do our counselors have any final things I'd like to add? We might be able to end a little early as well if there are no other questions.
I don't really have anything other than just to remind you to be looking out for Miss Iceed's emails because she's the one that's going to communicate with you. Oh, she popped up. Do you want to say anything, Miss Icede?
No, I just wanted to mention that the summer program is a really great opportunity for our East Side students. I have attended it in the past, and I would just say I would really encourage students to attend this program simply for the connections that they'll make and the connections on campus. So if you are able to attend, please put those dates on your calendar, and I will get you guys that information and registration information as soon as it's been released. So just a shout out for that program because I think it's really great.
Thank you so much. All right, we have one last question here. If I commit to SJSU now, but I am on the wait list for another campus, am I able to uncommit to SJSU to go to the other school? Well, we don't want to see you leave, but we do understand you make that decision that is best for your academic career. If that is the case, you would need to contact our admissions office to officially withdraw. The intent to enroll deposit is not refundable, so do keep this in mind as well. Any other questions? I've also shared our contact information here. So if you do have any questions beyond today, please do feel free to reach out, whether they're next step specific at next steps at SJSU. If there are admissions, Eastside Promise, feel free to reach out directly to me at Eastside Promise. Reach out to your counselors, another amazing, fantastic resource that we are incredibly grateful for the partnership. And we do have our orientation information, financial aid, and of course our social media. Follow us on Instagram or on TikTok as well. But as there are no other questions, I do want to just say thank you so much for joining today. We will share the recording very soon. Oh, we have one more question here. If I have a 504 plan, to whom do I contact and when? So this will be our accessible education center that you would want to work with to be able to get those accommodations. You would do so after you have committed to SJSU and enroll, are planning to enroll in classes. So again, if you complete that next steps, they'll be the ones to assist you. I'll go ahead and put their information in the chat just in case anyone else needs the link here.
And that would also apply for our students who have an IEP.
Correct, yes. All right. Well, thank you so much, everyone. Have a great rest of your day and go Spartans. Take care.
Thank you.